Well, there's little doubt that the Roy Roots Junior trained the Black Prince should have been taking his place in the Inter-Dominion Pacing Championship on Saturday night. Very unlucky in the first round. I'm now joined by his driver Robert Morris to see if he can take out the consolation. Well, Robbie, would you agree with that statement? The Black Prince should be lining up in the Group 1 Championship on Saturday night?
Yeah, look, it was a little bit disappointing that he's not there. I think he definitely deserved to be there on his form, and his runs in all the heats were terrific. Just unfortunately, the first night he was 6 off 6 on the second row, and he didn't get into it from the draw. It was going to be awfully hard, and that's the way it played out. And then he ran a third and a fourth in both terrific runs. So yeah, it's a shame, especially for Roy and his whole family. The whole team up there have done a super job with him, and Borgie's owned some beautiful horses, but would have been good to see him in an Inter-Dominion. He thoroughly deserves it. But the horse has done such a great job all year. We don't like missing these sort of races, but hopefully he can make up for it in the consolation.
Yeah, when you consider that he was close up behind King of Swing and Expensive Ego, now we're not going to be suggesting he could topple those two in the grand final, but he would have been right in the mix as far as a high finishing position behind them.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I think realistically he's a good winning chance in the consolation, and in the Inter-Dominion he probably would have been, a good third, fourth or fifth chance if things went his way. But in saying that, anything can happen in racing, and we would have loved to have our opportunity. But look, his runs were all great. Like I said, it's only the first heat's barrier draw that killed him, but not making excuses. All horses went around and they were good competitive heats, and it is what it is.
I've tipped him on top in the consolation, Robbie. Does that give you any guidance to his chances? In particular, 3,009 metres. Tough, or that will suit him?
That depends on if you're a good tipster or not, I suppose. Look, he's really good, the horse, and I can't blame you for tipping him on top. I think a few things have still got to go his way. I'm quite happy to draw where I am. We don't have to be in the hustle and bustle, and like I said, it's 3,000 metres, so doesn't matter how hard or slow they go early. It's not as if they're going to be getting home in any lead speed records, you wouldn't think, unless they absolutely crawl. But look, we just got to play it by ear, let the race unfold in front of us, and he'll run another super race. I
do know one thing, Robbie, he will be well driven.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's on my behalf anyway. I won't have it any other way. But no, look, it's we go out there and we make decisions. Sometimes they're right and sometimes they're wrong. So look, we'll just sort of have to play it by ear, and we'll go from there.
What would you like to be driving in the grand final?
Geez, as much as I think Expensive Ego's runs have just been out of this world, I still think King of Swing's the best horse in the race. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably go, this might sound silly, but I'd probably go Spirit of St. Louis or 888, to be honest. I think both of them will thrive on the trip. If they can lob somewhere early and all of a sudden Expensive Ego gets crossed, which I think from that draw he will, King of Swing has to do a fair bit of work, or someone, it's only going to take 2 or 3 to make a few moves and make him do a bit more work. And if he don't find the front over 3,000 metres, I think Spirit of St. Louis's runs been out of this world, and I don't think he's probably as good as King of Swing or Expensive Ego. And be honest, if I got offered the drives on them, you'd be mad not to jump on them. But I just think for the 3,000 metres, I'd be happy to drive Spirit of St. Louis.
I also agree with you. I've tipped 888 third for that very same reason. I think he might be getting a very kind stalking role, and his efforts throughout the series have just built up very nicely for Saturday night.
Yeah, I think Shugs has got to be commended there. He's got through the hard way. He's had to drive him a bit duck and weave, and I crossed him at Bathurst and he come off my back and just pipped me and ran second, and then he just pipped me and ran third in the Newcastle heat. So Shugs has done a good job getting him through. Don't think he's overtaxed him. If he gets a nice peaceful economical run and a few things don't go their way, 3,000 metres is a long way.
3 other drives on the night, Robbie. In race 1, Pete said so. Race 2, Ziggy Rocks, and race 8, Princess Kenny. They're going to be certainly faced with tough tasks this time around.
Yeah, Princess Kenny, she's sort of was just hard to juggle her this week. We had a couple of trotters in on Friday already, and there was that race, and judging on the numbers, there wasn't going to be a full field nominated for it with the leftovers from the Inters. So we put her in. She's not going bad, but she's probably going to find it tough there. I personally think Ziggy Rocks is going really good. I'm not driving him. He's in the junior drivers race, but we're training him. Brad Elder's driving him. If they go hard like they do in these junior drivers race, and Brad Elder can put him to sleep somewhere on the rail, he'll be steaming home. I think he's a really good each way chance, and I'm really happy with the way he's coming on. I probably got him in the wrong spot last week, bit of a bad drive, but that's life. But yeah, I think, Pete Pete Sedso's flying for his owner, Peter Colsford. He'll be here on Saturday night. He loves his racing and he's a big supporter of Lucky Lodge. So hopefully Pete Sedso can get over the line. He's got great gate speed. He'll put himself in the right hole. It does look a strong race, but he's been racing really good.
Great disappointment with Funky Monkey.
Yeah, look, it's nothing. In racing, you're sort of a bit disappointed they get sick, but in the big broad spectrum of life in general, I think we're pretty lucky we got such a good mare, and things weren't to be throughout the inters. I think even the last heat when I scratched her, she just still drew 10. She just drew 10, 10, 10. Just wasn't meant to be for her this week, but got a great syndicate of owners there, and they've enjoyed the ride. And this is just a little speed hump. She'll have a good month or 6 weeks off now, and we'll get her ready for sort of mid of the year and finish off late next year again.
12 months' time, a far more mature mare, you think that'll make all the difference?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I said to both our clients, even Robin's Playboy. I think he's a super horse, but he travelled over. He got a little bit sick too, so it just wasn't to be. But I think in general, with both of them having a month or 6 weeks off, they can have a good solid prep, and I think they'll just come back bigger and stronger, to be honest.
Yeah, as you said, disappointment on the track, but you can get over that. Wonderful to see the support of the family here today. Kerry Ann's got the baby, Stella, here, and also Archie's here supporting you. That puts a smile back on your face. That puts everything into perspective.
Yeah, that's right. I think sometimes as trotting drivers and trotting trainers, we all carry on a bit melodramatic about horses and get a bit upset. And I think sometimes we've got to look at things, life in general. We're all doing all right, and I'm very lucky. I've got my wife and 2 beautiful kids, and sometimes it puts it into perspective. You can get down one day, but we've got our health, so we'll just keep pressing on, and the horses they'll come right.
You do know we have got it on tape that you have said that you did put in a bad drive.
Yeah, I know. I'll say it every now and again. I won't tell any trainers I drive for.
You used to be wrong, but that was only you thought you were wrong.
Yeah, I thought about it once. I used to say, get them fitter, and I wouldn't have to drive them so bad.
Well, Robbie, good luck on Saturday night. Let's hope there is a consolation win on your home track, and no doubt it will be a very warm reception that you come back to.
Yeah, no, thank you.